Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 Year 7 Integers topic test. First question, plotting those numbers. You're given a number line with 0 in the middle. So let's start off by completing that number line. We put all the numbers to the right in first, so the positive numbers. That's nice and easy. And then we put the numbers to the left, the negative numbers. They form a mirror image, so it goes -1, -2, -3, and so on. Once all the numbers are there, we actually need to plot the numbers given. To plot the numbers given, you need to do a dot, a circle, some sort of colored in round shape on top of the appropriate number. So the first one's 6, so we put a colored in circle on top of 6. We put a colored in circle on top of -12, and so on until all those numbers have a colored in circle on top of them. Next question says, put those numbers in ascending order. That means smallest to largest. So we just work our way from left to right, and we write the numbers as they appear left to right on the screen. Question 2 is using less than or greater than. I like to think of these as arrows, and they always point to the smaller number. That is the number that is further left on the number line, which is shown in question 1. Question 2a, -3 is further left than -2, so the arrow points to -3. For B, -9 is further to the left, so the arrow points to -9. For C, -11 is further to the left, so the arrow points to -11. And for D, -8 is further to the left, so the arrow points to -8. Question 3. We're going to use the same numbers that are given to us in the question. We just have to add a plus or a minus depending on whether the word means a positive or a negative. So first question, it says the water level is dropping 2 meters. Dropping means down. We associate that with negative, so we write -2 for this one. Weight gain of 3.4 kilos. Gain we associate with increase or positive, so we write +3.4 or just 3.4 for that one. For question 4, the first number tells us where we start, the sign tells us which direction we go, and the second number tells us how many. So for question 4a, we start at -15. Plus means we move to the right, and we move 8 units. So if you have a number line, start at -15, move right 8 units, and you end up on -7. For B, start at 7, move to the left 13 units, and you end up at -6. Question C, start at -12, move to the left 8 units, you end up at -20. Question D, we need to fix the signs in the middle. There's a plus and a minus. Because they're different, we replace it with a negative sign. So we start at -17 and we move to the left 33 spots. So we're going to end up at -50. Question E, there's 2 negatives. So we're going to replace that with a plus sign because they're both the same. And 19 plus 16 is 35. Question F has a negative and a positive sign. Once again, those signs are different, so we replace it with a negative sign. Starting at 12, moving left 50 spots, you end up at -38. Question G is a multiplication, so we do our multiplication like normal. 7 times 10 is 70, and then we look at the negative signs. There's 2 of them. If there's an even number of negative signs, then the answer is positive. So it's just going to be +70 or 70. Question H, we do our multiplication like normal. We can do an algorithm if we need to. We get 648. We have a look, there's only one negative sign, so the answer is going to be negative. So the answer is -648. Question I, we do a division algorithm like normal. We get an answer of 50. Then we have to work out if it's positive or negative. There's only one negative sign. An odd number of negative signs means it's negative, so it's -50. Question J, we do our algorithm and we get 89 for the division. There's 2 minus signs. That means that the answer is going to be positive, so it's just positive 89. Question 5, we write our algorithm and we work right to left. So 8 plus 4 is 12, so write 2, carry the 1. 1, 9 and 7 is 17, so we write 7 and carry the 1. 1, 4 and 0 is 5. 6 and 1 is 7, and 0 and 8 is 8. And so that's our answer, 87,572. Question B, we write the algorithm as well, and we work right to left once again. 6 take away 8 we cannot do, so we need to borrow from the 7. That gives us 16 take away 8, which is 8. And then we have 6 take away 9, which we cannot do, so we borrow from the 80. That becomes 79. 16 take away 9 is 7, 9 take away 7 is 2, and 7 take away 4 is 3. Question C is a division, so we write our division algorithm. We do 18 divided by 9, that's 2. 6 divided by 9 is 0, remainder 6. We need to write that 0, so don't forget to write it. Then we do 61 divided by 9, which is 6, remainder 7. 78 divided by 9, which is 8, remainder 6. And 67 divided by 9 is 7, remainder 4. And that's our answer, 20,687, remainder 4. Question D, we write our algorithm. We do our 6 times tables first. 6 times 9 is 54, so we write the 4, carry the 5. 6 times 2 is 12, plus the 5 is 17. So we write 7, carry the 1. 6 times 8 is 48, plus the 1 is 49. So we write 4,974 for the first line. Because we've moved over to the tens, we put a 0 underneath. And now we do our 5 times tables. 5 times 9 is 45, so 5 carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14, so 4 carry the 1. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 1 is 41, so we write 41. Now we've got our second line for multiplication. We add the 2. 4 plus 0 is 4, 7 plus 5 is 12, so 2 carry the 1. 1, 9 and 4 is 14, so 4 carry the 1. 1, 4 and 1 is 6, and 4 plus 0 is 4. Next question is order of operations. We do one thing at a time. So we start with the brackets. 4 minus 1 is 3. Everything else stays the same. Next we do the division. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Everything else stays the same. 2 times 2 is 4. Everything else stays the same. 4 times 3 is 12. Everything else stays the same. And finally, 3 plus 12 is 15. Question B. We start with the brackets again. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. Everything else stays the same. 10 divided by minus 5 is negative 2. Everything else stays the same. And minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. Question C is a little bit trickier. There's an invisible set of brackets over the numerator because there's multiple operations there. So we're going to deal with that numerator first. So 2 times 6 is 12. Everything else stays the same. 8 plus 12 is 20. Everything else stays the same. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Everything else stays the same. And finally, 5 minus 3 is 2. Question D. This time we do the division first. So 15 divided by negative 5. That's negative 3. Everything else stays the same. Then we can do the second division. 12 divided by minus 3. That's minus 4. Everything else stays the same. And we do minus 3 minus 4, which is minus 7. Everything else stays the same. And finally, negative 7 plus 7, which is 0. Question E. We do the innermost brackets first. So we're going to do 3 take away 11 first. That's negative 8. Everything else stays the same. Then we do negative 32 divided by negative 8, because it's inside the brackets. That's 4 due to the two negatives cancelling. Everything else stays the same. Then we do the multiplication. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Everything else stays the same. And 5 take away 8 is minus 3. For question 7, we have to write a directed number sentence to describe each situation. And then it says state the final result, which means we have to answer it. So the first question says Bilal has $400 in his bank. So we're going to write 400 first. That's how much he starts with. He then deposits $80, which means it's plus 80. Deposit means the bank account balance increases. And then he withdrew $150. So that's a minus 150 because withdraw means take out. Now we've got addition and subtraction only. So we work left to right. 400 plus 80 is 480. Everything else stays the same. 480 take away 150 is $330. Question B. Rima parked her car 2 levels below the ground. So our starting point is minus 2. The ground would be 0. 2 levels below it would be minus 2. She then took the lift up 7 levels. Up is positive, so we say plus 7. And then it says she then went down 3 levels. Down is negative, so we write minus 3. So our number sentence is minus 2 plus 7 minus 3. Only addition and subtraction again, so once again we work left to right. Minus 2 plus 7 is 5. Everything else stays the same. 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, last question. The temperature in Moody City was minus 10 degrees Celsius yesterday. So that's our starting point, so we write minus 10. Today the temperature has gone up by 7. So up is positive, so plus 7. And tomorrow it will drop by 3. Drop means go down, so we write minus 3. So our number sentence reads minus 10 plus 7 minus 3. Once again, only addition and subtraction, so we work left to right. Minus 10 plus 7 is minus 3. Everything else stays the same. Minus 3 is minus 6. So our final answer is negative 6 degrees Celsius. And that's it. See you guys next time.